I challenged a top-ranked Clash Royale player to come and try and do a mock draft better than me. So we're going to take turns here. He has minimal knowledge of NFL football, so we're going to alternate picks. I'm going to start number one because it's my channel. I'm going number one, and we're going to go from there. Pika, anything you want to say to the people?
You're going down, man. I'm gonna have better picks. That's all I gotta say. Better picks, less knowledge. It's just beginner's luck, as they say.
Better picks, better pizza, Papa John's.
Yep.
I'm going to have the Raiders here at number one. I think this is the most obvious pick in the draft. I'm going to keep it pretty boring, but I think this is the easiest stick and pick, and I'm going to have them take Fernando Mendoza, Heisman Trophy winner out of Indiana. Starting off strong.
See, I like that, and I know the Jets need a quarterback. I'm gonna be honest. All my NFL knowledge is limited to the Jets, but hear me out. I know we got Brees Hall, but I'm gonna go with a controversial Jeremiah Love because he's pretty much the Brees Hall. He's the evolution Brees Hall. You cycle Brees Hall in the back twice, you're gonna get Jeremiah Love with an evolution. That's how it plans. That's the game plan.
Dude, I love it. I really thought you were going to go quarterback right there. That would have been crazy. I like it, though. I like it. The people who watch football are going to be pissed about that one, but I love it.
Mm-hmm.
At number 3 with the Arizona Cardinals, I think they could go a lot of spots here. I think they were hoping for Jeremiah Love at 3. But I think what I'm going to have them do, since he's fallen, is I'm going to have them take an edge rusher. It's the next best position in football other than quarterback. Give me Arvell Reese, edge out of Ohio State. He's a freak.
All right. Now. He's the Titans, correct?
Oh, yeah, dude.
All right. From what I've heard, I think they need to up the defense.
They just hired a defensive coordinator, too.
Oh, well, I wish the best for him.
Sonny Styles. He's going to be styling out there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The Giants. I'm almost tempted to make a bad pick here just because I don't want to see the Giants succeed. I'm kind of preying on their downfall here. But
I respect that.
That's fair, But I'm going to be nice here. I'm going to take care of them. And, I think they're hoping to get Sonny Styles. But they got Jackson Dart, who absolutely demolished me in fantasy football last year. But I think they're going to help him out. They're going to get a wide receiver. I'm going to have them. We're going to go 3 Ohio State players in a row. Give me Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State.
I like it. So what? We're on the Browns now, right?
Oh, yeah. The good old Cleveland Browns.
Here's what I want to do. I want to find the fattest offensive lineman possible and throw him on the team.
The fattest one possible has got to be probably an offensive tackle.
Yeah, we gotta protect the QB here. Like that's the thought process.
All right, I'm seeing we got 315. We got 2 guys sitting at 315. I'm not seeing 335.
Ooh,
that's a big
I
dude.
can get behind a 335.
Well, I think that's kind of the goal with an offensive lineman. You want to be behind that.
Wait, but he's 85. Ooh.
Demetrius.
Fuck it. We're going for size. We're going for size. Controversial pick. We're going for size here.
Get behind Demetrius Cronover, offensive tackle. Yo, what you know about Demetrius out of Texas A&M?
I know everything now.
SEC, I'm with it, man. That's a great pick. Give the people what they want. All right.
Give Cronover what he wants.
All right, so we got the Washington Commanders now picking at 7, and they got Jaden Daniels at quarterback. But I don't think I can name a single defensive player on the Commanders.
I can't even name a single player.
I think they got to go defense here. So I'm going to go ahead, and I gotta go all in on Ohio State again. I'm just picking the entire Ohio State team here. Give me Caleb Downs out of Ohio State.
We're on the Saints now, huh?
Yeah, we're on the Saints.
I got a good friend, and I know you do too, who's a Saints fan.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't want to see them succeed. So why don't you go over to let's go to special teams.
Special teams, special players, man.
Who's the most which guy has the most average name? How about Tommy Dahman? That's pretty average. Actually, no, not Drew Stevens. That's the most generic name. Kicker out of Iowa. Throw him on the Saints. I don't want to see him thrive.
Drew. Oh man, shout out to the Saints fans out there. Hate to see it, but that's the pick, man. Go ahead and get your guy.
Gotta respect the pick.
Gotta go get your guy. Drew Stevens, kicker out of Iowa. I love it. I love it. So now I'm at Kansas City with the Chiefs. You know, man, you know what I was thinking about with the Kansas City Chiefs, Austin?
That you hate him?
Well, after, like, that was like the first thought was that we hate them. But the second thought was Patrick Mahomes got injured this year, didn't he?
He did.
He did. He tore his ACL. He missed a lot of time this season. And, you know, I think the quarterback position is a real important position in football. So I think sometimes you got to go and get an insurance policy, and you really got to go make sure you're taken care of there. So you know what I'm going to do? At number 9, I'm going to have the Kansas City Chiefs go Ty Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama.
Like you said, got to get your guy.
Yeah, dude. You never know what's going to happen, man. An ACL is a serious injury.
Going back to the Bengals and injury, all I know about the Bengals is Joe Burrow and his injuries. So let's go back over to the quarterback position.
No, we're not doing this.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw... I feel like I'm throwing too many wrenches in my draft pick. But I want to draft Carson Beck.
Dude, he almost won the national title last year.
Yeah, almost is not the same as doing it. But we'll put him in at number 10.
Dude, in typical Bengals fashion, losing at the championship. I love it. Carson Beck, what a pick. You know, that's exactly what the Bengals need. All right. Miami Dolphins. They just like completely sold house if you weren't paying it, like following the offseason this year. They traded away like all their good players to stockpile draft picks. So they actually got 2 first-rounders this year. So they got some options.
They need this. They need this pick.
They do. They need this pick. But you know what? I think they're going to be pretty boring. And I think this is the right move for them. I'm going to make a smart pick for the Miami Dolphins because I want them to beat the Patriots this year. I am an anti-New England Patriots guy. I'm going to have them take the offensive tackle out of Miami. We're going to double down on the University of Miami. Francis Mauigoa, offensive tackle.
Okay. And, you know, just out of pure draft value for the Cowboys, I think we give them David Bailey, the edge.
David Bailey. That's actually a really good pick for them, too. That's actually like a really good pick for them.
Yeah, what can I say?
But, you know, the good thing about picking for the Dallas Cowboys is no matter how good the player is that we put like in that spot for them, it's never going to lead to them winning a Super Bowl anyway.
Just like the Jets.
Hey, there's still hope, man. You know, Jeremiah Love, he's a difference maker.
We got a rebuild year, and many more to come, and many more past.
So I'm gonna pick for the Rams here. So they still got Matt Stafford, who just came off an MVP year, and they just let Cooper Kupp go in free agency. And aside from Puka, I don't think they got too many receivers over there. And I'm kind of thinking about fantasy football here, and Matt Stafford makes wide receivers do real good in fantasy football. So I want to get a nice rookie wide receiver over there so that way I can draft them and win my fantasy football league again. And I'm going to have them take Mekhi Lemon. He got the best wide receiver in college football award last year at a USC.
You know, I had the Ravens defense in fantasy this year, and they really let me down
My
quite a bit. So let's go with number 14, cornerback out of Tennessee, McCoy.
Jermad McCoy.
Yeah. Let's try and up their defense a little bit.
I will say he didn't play any football last year at Tennessee. He was out the entire year.
Well, he's going to play this year.
He's going to play this year.
Great.
Shout out to Jermad McCoy. I'm a Tennessee Volunteers fan, man. He's good people. All right. So Baker Mayfield really had a down year with Tampa Bay. I think the Panthers ended up winning that division. So I think they need to get back to their glory days. And I think they don't have nearly enough on defense like they should. So I'm going to have them go defense here. And, Similar to how I just went all in with Ohio State, I find myself wanting to go all in again with University of Miami. Give me Ruben Bain.
My favorite sandwich.
A Ruben.
I was gonna pick him for the Jets for that reason. So now I'm stuck. It's like, dang, like that fantasy draft clock where it's like, damn, he took my pick. Now what?
Hey, well, you're picking again at 16 for your Jets.
You know, this is a tough situation because the Jets are never gonna have a quarterback. But I want to see who's available.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at the quarterbacks.
Let's take a quick peek.
Yeah, I'm good. You know what? Give me Jordan Tyson from Arizona State.
Tyson. That's actually such a good
Garrett
pick for
Wilson
them.
needs some help. Even if no one's throwing the ball to them, they need help.
Dude, that might have been one of the better picks in the draft so far, too. Like, actually taking it serious like that at 16 is a great value. All right. But now I get a pick at 17 for my Detroit Lions. And, we had a rough year last year. We ended up missing out on the playoffs. I know. I was pretty disappointed.
That's my Lions noise.
What's your Lions noise? That's what a lion makes?
Yep.
Roar.
Yep.
And you see, we got decimated by injuries, and we lost like 4 defensive backs to injuries or to free agency this past year. So I'm going to take the top-ranked guy right here, the best corner in this class. Give me Mansour Delane. He's a dog. But he's a lion now.
Oh, wait. All right. Now on to the Vikings. This is a team I have limited knowledge on. All I know is that the Jets lose to them when they play them. And
that does happen.
We can't. I mean, that happens with everyone, but specifically the Vikings, they're the ones that stand out. So why don't you scroll down a little bit?
Oh yeah, of course, I'd be honored. They're in the division with the Lions, so.
Yeah. All right, well, you can keep scrolling then.
Oh, of course, yeah.
T.J. Parker, he's going to the Vikings.
T.J. Parker.
Yep.
There you go. A little bit of a reach, but I support it. We're praying on the Vikings' downfall.
Yep, we are. I'm pretty much praying on everyone's downfall, except for the Jets and the Lions. For you, of course.
Hey, I appreciate it. Looking out for our Lions. So the Carolina Panthers here, they did pretty good last year. They got a young quarterback in Bryce Young. They've got a pretty good front seven with Derek Brown over there, who I think was an all-pro. They got some good players. I think they had the Rookie of the Year in Ted McMillan at wide receiver. And, I think they can go a lot of different directions. But I kind of want to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do pretty good. I don't know if I want to see the Panthers succeed. So I think I kind of want to not do anything good for them.
Yeah, I support that.
So, you know what I'm going to do? But I'm not going to be, like, too bad to them. I'm going to have them take... Well, they can take Casey Concepcion. Wide receiver.
Give Casey.
Casey, yeah. They get Casey.
Back to the Cowboys now, eh? America's team.
Allegedly.
Why don't we find an American player? Is there anyone here from Texas?
Oh, like the University of Texas?
Yep.
Ooh, yes. There's a linebacker. Where is he here? Anthony Hill.
Anthony Hill, you're staying in Texas, buddy. Congratulations.
I actually liked him for the Lions, too, in the second round. But, the Cowboys keeping it in-house.
They need him in the first round. What can I say?
Hey, shout out to Jerry Jones, man, over in Jerry World there.
Yeah, living his life, I guess.
All right, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers here. The Pittsburgh Steelers love defense. That's like their thing. They just love taking defensive players and just like not taking quarterback or skill positions or anything else that can help their team win. So I'm going to be a little different, and I'm looking at it. I think they took Will Howard out of Ohio State last year in like round 5. They signed Aaron Rodgers from the Jets in free agency the last year as well. but I don't think they really have a true developmental quarterback to play under him. A guy that, they can have that fifth-year option for. So you know what I'm going to do? I think they just need to go and get their guy. Let's get another quarterback in that room to develop under a future Hall of Famer, Jets legend Aaron Rodgers for one more year,
Oh, yes. Jets legend.
Jets legend Aaron
MetLife
Rodgers.
Turf legend.
So I'm gonna have them give me Drew Aller, quarterback out of Penn State, keeping it in Pennsylvania.
Okay, gotta respect it. All right, we're on the Chargers. The Chargers were my original team back in the day with LaDainian Tomlinson, and then I bandwagoned over to the Jets along with him.
That's fair.
So, based on that history, I know they just drafted a running back last year. It's pretty good. That's my consensus. But let's look at the running backs yet again.
Oh, we're going to the running back room?
Yep. Okay, never mind. I'm good. Let's go to the wide receivers. Actually, no. What stands out are the tight ends. I need a tight end in my eyes. Give me Kenyon Sadiq.
Dude, he's a freak.
And
He's an absolute monster. He had one of the highest athletic scores of all time at the combine.
Jeez, because you weren't there.
I know. Had I been there, I maybe would have gotten second behind him. But you know what? He got first. All right. So you know what? So Pika, I don't know if you know this, but the GM over there in Philadelphia, his name's Howie Roseman, and he's got a weird tendency that he likes to do. And he likes to take linebackers from Georgia, and really anyone on the defensive side of the ball that's from Georgia. In fact, five of his starters right now on this defense are Georgia players.
Oh, keep the synergy up.
The best linebacker in this class, who's still on the board, happens to be a linebacker from Georgia.
Oh, well, would you look at that?
If the shoe fits, I think you should wear it. So I'm going to go ahead.
Fits, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout, C.J. Allen to the Eagles.
We out here. We the best. So now I get the Browns again, huh?
Oh, yeah, dude. You love picking for the Browns.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep it with their offense because, let's see what offensive players we have. We already built their line a little bit. Let's give them Omar Cooper Jr., give him some more receiving options.
Hey, he's a good player. That's a good value right there, too, actually. I like that pick for them.
Thank you. We'll see how they do with it.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find a way for it to not work out. But, that's on them at that point.
They might just throw him on defense for all we know.
little safety.
Yep, little quarterback. Right.
So I'm a little upset with the Bears. Not only did they win the division that the Lions are in, but they did it with their first-year head coach, Ben Johnson, who is the former Lions offensive coordinator. I love Ben Johnson, and I love how he's able to succeed, but I hate having to see him completely destroy the Lions every single season. So I don't think I can, as a Lions fan in good conscience, help them out. So you know what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that the Bears, I think 2 years ago, actually took a punter in the second round.
Ooh.
So Sounds
like a tradition forming, no?
I think they could use a kicker, and I think the Bears in the playoffs have had a lot of turmoil when it comes to the kicker position. And there's a guy who is nasty. Is he in this draft out of Oklahoma? I don't think he is. He's probably there for another year. So you know what? He's just got a fun name out of Florida. Give me Trey Smack.
Trey Smack. Congratulations.
Trey Smack, you're a Bear.
Oof, Bills, huh? I respect Bills fans, but I don't like the Bills.
They break a lot of tables. It's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch. Let's go to special teams.
Special players.
Yep, a little trend going.
I think this is the NFL, though. Once you see the run going, you got to make sure you get your guy.
Yep, that is true. That's true. Let's go down to 6'3", Chris Freeman from UConn.
Hey, there we go. Let's go Huskies. Been to a few of their tailgates. Ooh. Great pick right there, honestly.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. We got a few more picks here left Starting to get to the good teams here. So we're at the San Francisco 49ers. Kyle Shanahan missed out on a couple Super Bowl wins. Haven't really been able to get over the hump there. Had a real injured team last season. You know what? I'm going to be nice to them. I think they need a wide receiver. But I don't like the wide receivers that are here.
Respectable.
I'm
you
kind
don't fuck
I'm
with
kind of
Skylar
thinking
Bell?
I'm kind of thinking Eli Stowers. But you know what? Shout out to UConn. I think we should go by and let me get Skylar Bell.
Ooh.
Almost
Big
won the
summer
Triple
blow.
Crown last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dog.
All right. You know, I'd like to maybe go for some offense here, but some offensive line. I think that's the direction I'd like to head.
Absolutely.
I feel like there's just too much value on this board, so we're gonna pick up Spencer right off the top. I feel like that is just a valuable pick that will provide and produce for the team.
That's actually a great pick. It's actually exactly what they need.
See, the man just knows.
Plus,
Clash just gets to my brain and just tells me things.
it's the strats.
Yes.
All right. So now I'm at the Kansas City Chiefs, and we made sure that we took care of that quarterback position because I know that was a question mark on their team, certainly. Of all the positions, right? It's quarterback for the Chiefs. We got to make sure it's good, right? But you know what?
Yes.
I was really thinking about Clash Royale here. And, the whole object, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is the pro here, is you want to get to the towers and you want to get those stars, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that translates to the NFL, man. Like, you need guys who can get after the quarterback, go and get those stars. So I think they need to go and get a defensive player. I think they need an edge rusher, someone to go and get those stars for the team, get those trophies. I'm going to give them Akeem Mesidor out of Miami. I'm riding with the Miami Hurricanes once again.
That's a solid pick. Gotta respect it. But you know what's not a solid pick? What I'm about to do to the Dolphins.
No, not
again.
the Dolphins.
Another team within my division. No, rebuilding. Rebuilding for who? Rebuilding because they're getting zero value out of this draft pick. Let's go to the safeties.
Hey, the safeties are all right, man.
Yeah, they're all right until you get all the way down to Michael Taft. No offense to you, Michael, if you ever watch this video, but I'm sorry, but you're going to the Dolphins in the first round, buddy.
You know what's actually kind of funny about that pick?
What?
Is the Miami Dolphins, they cut Tyreek Hill in free agency, and then they traded away Jalen Waddle. So you could argue that their wide receiver room is the worst position group on their team. And Michael Taft here in the scouting combine actually was running wide receiver routes, like during their pro day and all that. So
That's
maybe Miami wants him to help out in that wide receiver room a little bit.
It's certainly a possibility.
Perchance. All right. And now I'm really preying on their downfall. I am sick as someone who lives in Connecticut and has to deal with Patriots fans on a daily basis, I need them to stop it. I just need them to stop it. So we're going to take a nice leisurely scroll down to the very bottom of this list. I don't know how many they have here, but we're going to go real far down here. And, I think he's really underrated as a player, but the corner at a Notre Dame, don't sleep on my guy Charles Dew. He's going to be the pick at 31.
I would never sleep on him. Wow. The final pick?
The honor is yours.
For the Seahawks, from my understanding, they don't need much. But what I haven't seen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. I feel like I hear all this talk about them. I don't hear a lot of talk about their tight ends. So maybe I'm wrong. That's just from an outsider looking in. I'm sure they have a great tight end. But let's go to the tight ends and let's pick someone up. I can't go with Eli just because of his name. Oh, wait, hold on. What about that is a name? John Michael Gielenborg. Congratulations, you were the last pick of the first round.
So funny enough, I actually was watching his highlight tape. This is like like super random. I was watching his highlight tape. He's actually insane. So he's like
Really?
6'7", and
So,
and is like insanely fast. He ran like a 4.4 at like
Jesus.
6'7", 250.
wow.
He's low key an animal.
That's value right there. We gotta
But
see.
that's our draft. Let me know who drafted better. Did I beat the top ranked Clash Royale player or not? What do you think, Pico?
Zeech, I think both of our picks are some of the best the internet will ever see.
I think this is the best mock draft that has been produced leading up to the
I have
draft.
to agree. I have to agree. The value's there. The bias is there. It's just the best.
It's just the best. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe, and go ahead and check out Pika's channel, Not Pika, for that top tier Clash Royale content. See you later.